You're born, you exist, and then you die. Anything else is just noise. They're just setups for disappointment. And the sooner you realize this, the better. You're not here to find your purpose like it's a treasure hunt. Life isn't going to stop and wait for you to figure it out. It's chaotic, messy, and unpredictable. And if you're looking for meaning in the middle of all that, good luck. Stop trying to force everything into neat little boxes and start living in the mess. Make your own rules because no one else is handing them to you. This is one of the most foundational concepts in Advaita and classical Indian philosophy. It refers to the discernment between what is real and what is unreal, between what is eternal and what is temporary. In this practice, we constantly distinguish between the changing phenomena of the material world and the unchanging reality of the self or Atman. According to Advaita, everything that we experience through our senses, be it your sight, sound, taste, thought, emotion, even your physical body, is temporary. These things come into existence for a time and then fade away. This, by the way, includes all the objects of our desires, our fears, our possessions, our attachments, our achievements, our relationships. All of this is not permanent and are subject to change, decay, and dissolve. The material world, known as Maya, is often described as an illusion in the sense that it appears real to us, but in reality it's constantly shifting. We rely on these transient aspects of existence for our happiness, for our sense of identity. But in reality, in long term, we are just setting ourselves for disappointment and suffering. In contrast to the temporary and changing phenomena of the material world, the true self or Atman is described as eternal, unchanging, and indestructible. Advaita teaches that all experiences, emotions, and perceptions are phenomena that arise in the field of awareness. They are temporary and do not define who we truly are. The self is an unchanging witness, the silent observer that remains constant even though thoughts, sensation, and external circumstances shift and flow. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks to Arjun about the impermanence of material world and the illusion of ego. He teaches Arjuna that the attachment to the body, mind, and results of action lead to suffering. Karma Yoga, which means acting without attachment to the fruits of one's actions. This frees us from the cycle of desire and fear. By performing one's duties with detachment, we transcend the false sense of identity that is rooted in our ego. The Gita reminds us that true liberation comes when we surrender our ego, recognizing that the self is eternal and unaffected by the transient nature of life. To address this, a key strategy in psychology is the development of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without any judgment. This is closely linked to mindfulness, a practice that involves paying attention to the present moment without being caught up in the contents of our thought. We observe our mental states as they rise, whether it be happiness, anger, or sadness, and recognize that these are temporary states and not the essence of who we are. This practice of observing without attachment allows us to detach from the ego's constant need for validation and control, and instead view emotions as passing events rather than permanent aspects of the self. By understanding that the self is constantly evolving and not a fixed or rigid structure, we can reduce the emotional distress that comes from attaching too strongly to our past or future identities. Therefore, by fostering a mindset of acceptance and detachment, we can reduce the grip that the ego holds on us. The goal is not to suppress emotions or ignore the past, but to understand the transient nature and not let them define us.